As the countdown to the 2027 general election gathers momentum, opposition leaders are escalating their campaign against President William Ruto's administration while simultaneously projecting a united front. Wiper Patriotic Front leader Kalonzo Musyoka has dismissed claims of a rift within the opposition, even as he demands a removal from office of all leaders allegedly bribed in order to impeach former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. On the other hand, former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has continued to intensify his criticism of the president and his Vision 2060. Here's NTV's Susan Waweru with the details.
With just an year to the next general election, Kenya's opposition appears keen on sending one message: unity at the top and sustained pressure on the Kenya Kwanza administration. At a church service in Embu County, Wiper Patriotic Front leader Kalonzo Musyoka dismissed claims that he had softened his stand against President William Ruto, insisting that while some opposition leaders may not always be visible in public, they are actively working to build the next government.
We are working smart. We don't have kujitokeza kwa gari kila wakati. Unajitokeza kwa gari ndio onekane you are there doing something.
Kalonzo also revisited the impeachment of former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, even as he insisted that all those leaders claimed to have been bribed shouldn't be allowed to hold any position in any office. Additionally, him and other leaders rejected attempts to politically divide Mount Kenya region, saying the opposition's focus remains on building a broader national coalition rather than regional blocs.
There's chapter 6 of our constitution on integrity, national integrity and cohesion and all of that. Wow, Kwanzia na Junet Mohammed should be cited as persons never able, they will never be allowed again to hold public office.
Kuna watu wanasema tugawanye mlima. Sisi tumesema tugawanye mlima. What we are going to do is even bring almost all Kenyans together.
It is enough to have good laws. It is enough to have good constitution. But it is more important to look at the character of the man contesting for presidency. It is not every person who can be the president, and that has been proved beyond any reasonable doubt.
Meanwhile, in neighboring Nyandarua County, former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua sustained attacks against President Ruto, dismissing the proposed Vision 2060 agenda as disconnected from the immediate economic hardships facing ordinary Kenyans.
Sisi watu ya Kenya hatutaki vision, tunataka vitendo. Mambo ya doto hatutaki. Mtu akitaka kuota ataota kwake. Hapa Nyandarua aliahidi barabara mingi sana. Hii ya kutoka Murungaru kwenda Tarasha, pale kwa Kimathi, bibi ya Kimathi, barabara zote zimesimama. Kuna barabara amejenga.
What you need to do, Bwana President, is to make sure that this country lives in accordance with Constitution 2010. The whole of the African continent has talked about Vision 2063. Now that is not Kenya.
The former deputy president also rejected claims of a plot to amend the constitution to alter the country's system of government, vowing that any such attempt would be resisted.
Tuko na habari ati wanataka kupendekeza vile William Ruto ameona kura hii ya presidential hawezi pita, ati wabadilishe katiba, ati walete parliamentary system, na ndio Aden Duale anasema ndio anunue wabunge vile walinunua, anufukuse ofisi aendelee. Hiyo ni mambo hayawezekani.
Susan Waweru, NTV.